So up next, we have with us World Championship medalist and national team member Simone Manuel. Simone, if you maybe just want to give us your thoughts on being back here in Omaha and maybe your expectations for the next few days.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here to race at Olympic trials. This is my second one, so hoping to have a little bit more experience than my first, and just looking forward to making the Olympic team for the USA.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Hi, Simone. Nathan Fenno with the LA Times. How's your approach this time around different from 2012 inside the pool and out?
I think my approach is a lot different than 2012. I was 15 years old, so I was kind of nervous behind the blocks, looking up in the stands, getting scared. So I think I've had a little bit more experience with that, just being on world championship teams. And just really just staying calm and being confident in my training and the process of getting here. So I think confidence has a lot to do with it. And I just have a great group of people supporting me. I did in 2012, but I also have the same group plus a couple more. So just really trying to focus on having fun with the process and doing my best.
David.
So you didn't swim for Stanford this year. You took the redshirt year. How hard was that? And especially, watching NCAAs and seeing how close that meet was. And what do you think it helped with? What do you think have been the major benefits of that decision?
Yeah, redshirting was definitely kind of hard for me. I was at all the dual meets that I could go to, cheering on my teammates. And I definitely wanted to be out there with them, but they've supported me as much as I've supported them, so it kind of made the decision easier. Also, my coaches were very helpful in that situation. But I think it's just helped a lot with, I've got to limit the amount of travel that I've done. I haven't had to go to the away dual meets or Pac-12s or NCAA, so I was able to have a little bit more focus on my training regimen. So I think that's probably helped a lot, and just, going to the Pro Series meets helped a lot.
Simone, how hard is it to focus on the process when this is completely results-oriented, this meet? And is it easier, harder? Was it easier or harder when you were a few months out and redshirting and not participating with your college team, or is it harder right now?
I think in all, focusing on the process is very hard. Like you said, sometimes you do get wrapped up in the results and how you're doing at the time, but sometimes the results aren't completely indicative of how you've been training or, some of the situations that you've been through. So just kind of taking a step back and looking at how have I been training, how much have I improved in dry lands or, in my stroke technique or just in my endurance. So I think it's hard in general, whether you have bad results or good results, to just really remain in the moment and focus on how did I get there. So yeah, I just think I've just been trying to focus on, how much have I improved and how much have I tried to get better.
Pat.
Hey, Simone, Pat 40 from Yahoo Sports. Did you use the redshirt year to do more long course training than you would have if you were swimming college?
Yeah, I think I had 2 extra long course practices, so that helped a lot. And like I said, also going to Pro Series, I was able to participate in more long course meets and long course racing, which is very important in an Olympic year. So that allowed me to just have a little bit more focus in long course.
Hi, Simone. Jim Rusnak from USA Swimming. When you come into a meet like this and it's kind of unfamiliar surroundings and you got this big cavernous arena out there and different blocks and different crowded warm-up pool, what do you do to kind of get yourself ready to swim?
Yeah, it's not too unfamiliar since I was here 4 years ago. I don't quite remember everything, but like I said, it's kind of, I've had more experience, so it's similar to a World Championships. You do have crowded warm-ups, you do have people doing totally different things in a lane, and you have to be able to work around that situation. And the blocks are the same, you still have wedge blocks, the crowd's still just as big, and the excitement is just as real. So I think it's just more of handling your emotions. It's a big meet and it's important. So I'm just trying to focus on doing that. Nothing's too different.
David.
So NCAAs last year, obviously, some crazy times, really dominant. Go to long course, doesn't quite carry over as well. What have you guys done in training with Greg to try and make long course a little smoother this year?
Yeah, I think it was just Greg and I, adapting to each other and how I trained and how I rested. Over short course, I think I got a little bit bigger, so it didn't really transfer over to long course, and my endurance wasn't as great. So after World Championships, we met with each other, we talked everything out, what worked for me, what didn't, and I think that kind of carried over this year, and hopefully my results will show this week.
And then, obviously the U.S. sprinters it's been a bit of a struggle lately, especially with Australia. 3 women under 53 seconds so far this year. How much has that sort of motivated you guys to try and make a statement here, especially you, since you've been one of the top 100 freestylers in the country the past few years?
Yeah, definitely watching international swimmers go under 53 is, it drives you to want to go that fast. But I haven't completely focused on it because I think the only thing I can control is how I'm doing, and just what kind of kept me in the sport and kept me motivated is just doing my best, because if I'm improving, that's all I can be happy with. So I definitely have been looking to their results as motivation, but at the same time, I'm really just trying to work day in and day out to get better, to improve myself.
Karen.
As a sprinter, how do you view the 200?
Yeah, so the 200 has definitely been something that I've really been working on the past couple of years, especially being in college. Greg and Tracy have never let me try to veer away from it. So I just kind of look at the 200 as, if I'm able to do a 200 well, then I can finish my 100 strong. And if I do 100 strong, then hopefully I can pull out a 50. So the 200 has just definitely helped with my confidence in the 100. And I want to be good at the 200, so so it's definitely something that I've been striving to get better at. So hopefully it helps the rest of my events as I move down.
Coleman. And then time for 2 more.
So with the mentality of focusing on the process and doing your best, since last trials or in this quad, how have you noticed being at Stanford with that group of athletes and with Greg and Tracy have helped that mentality?
Yeah, most definitely. Just focusing on the process has definitely been harder for me this year. I kind of had a lot of setbacks and illnesses and injuries. So just being with teammates like Maya Dorado and Leah and Ella Easton and Felicia Lee and the rest of the Stanford team, along with my coaches, they really have kind of instilled in me, just whenever you come to practice, just work as hard as you can despite some of the issues that I was going through at the time. So I've really just have been enjoying just going to practice and having fun and laughing with my teammates and working hard and hoping that the results will pay off in the end.
All right. Thank you, Simone. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and sit tight and bring Maya up here in the next couple minutes.